Hello, so this is Sophomore Astrology, and I wanted to talk about the placement Mars in Capricorn. Now, I had just done the Mars in Gemini, and I wanted to speak about Mars in Capricorn next because this placement is exalted. So we have, of course, Mars, it's drive, it's your life force, it's your physical energy, and Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. And especially when we talk about traditional astrology, I want to make that known because we're both kind of like, we're talking both about both energies, that of Scorpio and Aries. Like Scorpio is all about that self-preservation, and then Aries is all about ego, and it's very self-driven energy. It's very, I focused. So when we're talking about having that planet placed in a sign like Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Now, Saturn is a planet, like if you think about traditional tarot, Capricorn is assigned to the card or the major arcana card, the devil. And usually a lot of the times the depiction is of a devil kind of holding the chains of both of a male and female being chained to each other, and it's almost like the devil has control over them. Capricorn, and as I say this, as I keep talking about Capricorn energy, remember there's a light and dark to everything. So I'm not trying to just, what's the word? I'm not trying to paint Capricorn in a bad light. I'm exploring the polarity that is Capricorn. So as I say this, I'm also saying that like Capricorn, that planet is all about, at least not Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn is all about law and order. It's all about justice. It's all about, well, not justice as much as Libra, but Libra is exalted when placed in Saturn. So Saturn in Libra is a very exalted placement because you want that fairness when it comes to a planet like Saturn, because Saturn can be very oppressive. Saturn, that energy, if it's in its dark energy, can be very oppressive. It feels like you are a slave to whatever you're being enslaved to. Capricorn also has a lot of energy. Saturn is a planet with a lot of energy as well. It's the father figure. It's authority. It's having a lot of power. Saturn is very powerful. It's a very formidable planet. And when you place Mars in Capricorn, like also tarot, this is like the emperor. This is someone who has power and has the authority to make decisions over others, but it's also very self-driven. So imagine this being an energy within someone. This is someone who has a great amount of energy. This is the Energizer Bunny. Like, you think like maybe most people might, like 10 miles in the race, an average person might be depleted and be done. Their feet are too swollen, they're too sore to go on. Mars and Capricorn can get to the 26 miles with ease, and they will do double the work and then some. This is someone who they just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. They do not stop. They're very self-driven, they're very motivated, and they are just because they are. They wake up in the morning and they decide like, hey, if I want something, I'm going to get it regardless what the cost is. They're very sacrificial as well. Saturn does not mind sacrificing things for the greater good. That's also why you want a balance with that energy, because like it's exalted, but you also have to make sure that it is checked, because then it can kind of like that energy can kind of cap out to the point where it's no longer good. Too much of anything is never a good thing. And that's where someone in Mars and Capricorn does need to be careful, because it almost seems like even for being human, they have an unchecked, it's just an unlimited amount of energy. And also too is like when a Mars and Capricorn wakes up and they have a goal in mind, they wake up and they're like, I want this particular apple. If they go into their living room and realize, and they go into their like dining room or their kitchen or whatever, and they see that that apple that they want is not there, they would go to the store and get that apple. If it's not there, they'll go to the next town and find that apple. If that apple's not there, guess what? They're going to Google it, and then they're going to drive 50 miles to go to a farmer's market and then 2 counties away in order to get that apple that they've been wanting to get. Like, to a Mars and Capricorn, that apple just might as well not exist for them to not get that apple. It's just like that apple just has to disappear from this planet in order for them not to get the thing that they want. Nothing is considered a barrier when you're a Mars and Capricorn. But that's also where you have to be careful, because obviously, like I said, this is like Saturn and Mars coming together. This is very oppressive energy. This is very like domineering energy. You have to be careful. But it's also, too, it's beautiful in a way, because these people, you could say in past lives that they were such law-abiding citizens. They knew the rules and they always played by the rules, whether they liked them or not, you know, and they abide by rules, and they were very just people in the fact that they followed the rules, knowing that all the rules, at least that they had followed, had either protected people or made sure things stayed in order, that it had best interest for everyone. It's kind of almost like the universe told them, like, hey, you know what the rules are. They're people who are very adept to the earth element and understanding earth principles, and understanding that what you give is what you receive, and you received what you did because you were willing to give that much. You earn what you get. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That is very Mars and Capricorn, where they understand that I will only get what I want because I put in the effort, I put in the energy, I put in the time, I put in the practice, and I did whatever I needed to do to get what I want. And of course, like I said, this is the light and dark. This could be a very dark thing, characteristic, or someone can make it a very positive thing in their life. Because also too, with Saturn being it's a very karmic planet, and you can kind of create a lot of good or bad karma for yourself depending on how you use this great amount of energy in this world. It's kind of like you have to be careful, because they have their battery. Their life battery is so much bigger than everyone else's, but also that means that they can collect more karmic debt, whether that's for the worst or for the better, for their next lifetime, you know? So, yeah, and it's just like these people, they'll go into the gym and they'll work out and they'll work out and they'll work out. You know, it's like they'll be working out so hard. They'll be working out so hard that there will be a new crowd that enters the gym by the time that they're finally done with their workout. These are people who they don't like being told no, especially if it's something that they feel like they earned and that they deserve. They do not like the word no. They need to know the reasons why. There needs to be a reason why you're telling them no. They don't like that word at all. And like I said, of course, this needs to be checked, because as a child or something like that, these are people who need to be reminded, like, hey, you need to eat. You haven't eaten because you've been so focused on what you've been focused on. You need to eat. You need to drink some water. You need to hydrate. You need to use the restroom. You might need to take a shower. Like, I kind of think of like this is the type of drive that someone has when they're really like focused on a project, or they're focused on a piece of work, and they're just kind of burying their head underneath the sand, but they're hyper focused in what they're doing. And it's kind of like they need someone in their life to kind of be a little bit more lighthearted and to show them like, hey, you know, you don't have to work so hard for everything. You know, there are some things that are like in life that are easy to get, like a laugh. It doesn't cost much to get, you know, and these are things that are just easily given to people, you know, a simple laugh, a simple joke, you know, to kind of not take things so seriously, because these people could be very serious and very self-driven to the point where they're kind of like almost, they're not even really aware of other people and how they feel and what's going on with them. But these people, if you want something done, they'll get it done. These are people definitely you want in your corner, especially if you're a person running a business. You want a Mars and Capricorn person to kind of help you, because they will make a way when there wasn't a way. These are people who are, yes, they might be stuck in a rock between a hard place, but they will find a way out, period. They will find a way around through it. Like, this is like, I also think about that like character, the Juggernaut, from the X-Men. And the Juggernaut, you know, he had that helmet and he was able to just kind of like, with not being tired at all, he just charged through, broke down through a wall and crashed into another wall and another wall and another wall. He was a formidable force for sure. Like, you could not mess with him. Anything that was in his way, he knocked down. That is very like a Mars and Capricorn type of person. Yeah, it kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I wish that some days I just could tap into that energy and just really like, maybe I could, but it's like that energy is on a whole nother level, and they definitely really need people in their life to kind of like guide them and help them and know where to put that energy, because they might not know the direction of where to put that energy. Or like, especially this is someone who's going to need a very watchful eye as they grow up, whether it's like a parent, a mentor, or whatever, to really kind of help this person, guide this person, because this is the type of person who is very hyperactive, and they're very active people, and they have a lot of energy, and they might not know where to put it or where to facilitate it. And it's kind of like, almost kind of like how when, not to say human or dogs or anything, but it's kind of like, think of that thing where it's just like, you know, if you keep like a high energy dog, like a Labrador, or if you keep, I'm trying to think of like any dog with a lot of energy, if you keep that dog alone by itself too long and unchecked, they will create a whole bunch of destruction. You know, and it's kind of like, it's that same type of energy. You have this person with this great amount of energy, and if they have no direction, no purpose, this person will be driven mad and just destroy everything around them because they don't know what to do with themselves. So, yeah, like Mars and Capricorn are like, you know, those are like crazy people in the sense that they have this great amount of energy. They're the Energizer Bunny. They're the Juggernaut. They're a force to be reckoned with for sure, because like there is nothing, and this is an exalted sign. This is the Mars in Capricorn is an exalted placement to have. And it's kind of like the universe gifted them all this energy because they're meant to use it for the betterment of just not only themselves, I'm sure, but also of other people too. So I just want to say, like, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed listening to this video, and you have a good rest of your day.